it isn't. The baby's gonna be bigger than daddy.
Because the baby's pretty big there. Look at that.
I didn't hear him making a noise last night, though. Usually they make a lot
Oh,
of
look at them. They're just... There's... Oh, what's that back there?
Then get something downstairs.
Hey guys, it's Kim the Crafty Nomad, and I just wanted to start the beginning of a new crafty vlog with a couple of finishes. Hold on. Okay, this is the gnome from the free pattern. Apparently there's also a tutorial, but I have used the free pattern on Instagram. And all of this is Bernat Blanket Extra. The white one, the hot pink one, and this variegated purple. But let me show you what I made first. There she is, guys. This is the axolotl. Look at how cute she is. All set, all done. She needs lint rolled, but that is her all done. All right, welcome to the beginning of a new crafty vlog. See you in the next clip. Bye. All right, guys, this is the last of the pink and purple collection. This and the axolotl and the gnome, I used 2 balls of the hot pink and 1 ball of the purple, all pretty much used up. I'll show you how much I got left later, but pretty much we have used it up. So the pink and purple collection is all done. You see, it has blue sparkly eyes, and I'll show you the eyes. They were, I had the tool would not work on this particular eye. This is a 24mm eye, and yeah, I'll have to tell you what I ended up, well, I'll tell you, I'll show you them later. But what I ended up having to do was put them in some boiling water, soften them up, and then the tool worked. But anyway, this is the actual pattern for the flower turtle from Rose and Lily, but I'm just not putting the flower on. I started to make Tammy the turtle, but it was going to be huge, so I went with this one. Okay, that's it. That's all. Bye. Hey guys, it's Tuesday morning, and I am working on another axolotl, but a smaller one. I decided to use this snow cone yarn that I had gotten. I think I had tried to work this up into something else, so because it was already like sort of unwound, but I just decided that it would be a great axolotl, and it's the same pattern as the giant one. Just with smaller yarn. So this snow cone, I believe this is like a jumbo 6, but I think it would crochet up smaller than, say, your Bernat blanket. So yeah, so I am probably gonna do the frill in a hot pink for this one, and yeah, but I wanted to show you because I think it looks like an owl. So I might try to find an owl pattern because I think this snow cone yarn from Premier would be the best little owl, right? I only had one of the colorway licorice, which was mostly white with a little gray thread through it. This one is a light pink with a little bit of a coral thread through it. So but isn't that cute? Wouldn't that be the greatest little owl? Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. These eyes, I think these are 16mm safety eyes. And guys, I think I was like, why? I thought that the last pair of eyes that I had a really hard time even with the tool to make work, I thought it was because of the eyes. But for sure, I've used these eyes before with the tool, and it worked. So I think it's the crocheter. I think I might be not having enough strength in my hands to get it even with the tool. So again, I boiled the backs. I put them in a pot of boiling water to get them a little more, sorry, these backs here. You see them? to get them more pliable. And it immediately popped on and then pushed down to the next level when I did that. So, yeah, I guess it's me. Okay, anyway, I'll keep going on this. Talk back soon. Everybody, it's Kim the Crafty Nomad. I don't know why I always say that. Y'all know who I am. Anyway, so I wanted to show you the finished. That's right, finished axolotl. This is from Poggy's Place, I believe is the name of the designer, but it will be linked down below. This is the next little axolotl. Let me just fix her little face frills. All right, so this is done with, again, with the Premier Snow Cone yarn. I don't remember the colorway, but you can see it's a pinky one. And then I just went ahead and used some Premier Basic Chenille Light for the frills. And the colorway I used is Bubblegum for the frills. So as you can see, this one is all done. It's definitely much smaller. Both of these yarns are classified as a 6 bulky. And then the other one that I made was definitely with the Bernat Blanket Extra, which must be like at least a 7. So here she is. There's her bottom. There's her feet. And I'll confess. Okay, I won't confess because Linda Jean told me to stop pointing out mistakes, so I'm not going to do it, all right? But anyway, it came out super cute. I love her. I'm so tempted to go ahead and get started with another one because I still have all of this left of this yarn and I'm in the use it up mode. So I am going to do another one, the exact same color scheme, because I think it was just perfect together. And I think it's like when you look at pictures of axolotls in real life, they this is a good color choice for that. Anyway, there she is. I put a little white around the eye. I don't know if you can barely see it. And I used embroidery floss for the eyelashes on this one. And I just love it. I love how everything turned out. And yeah, she's pretty good. So I'm going to make another. This yarn is super soft. And I think that this pattern probably is better with a stiffer, bulky yarn, because you see my frills are curling all up. But I mean, and they move around quite a bit. Like if you just want them to stay in place, you probably would want to use a stiffer yarn. I might even try on the next one for the frill alone to use go down a size in the hook size, because that's what I did with the big one. I actually for some reason the sound just died. I think maybe the mic just died on me. I have not charged it in a while, but anyway, I'll test it out and see. I don't know. I just was talking about how I went down a hook size on the axolotl frill, and that's what on the big one, and I'll do that on the next smaller one. And then I'm just talking about how I need to get back to finishing my Zumigurumi Make 9 project as well. And whatever else I was talking about, y'all, I don't even remember. So that's it for this clip. I just didn't want to throw it away. Okay, bye. Guys, I'm in the car. I'm about to get out the car. So if you hear the car, sorry about that. But I'm on my way to see my endocrinologist for just a regular checkup. But I pulled out this market prep list. And as many things as I have made since I last looked at this list looks like on 10/23. I can only check off one thing on here that I made. And that is a snake. Everything else I haven't touched, but I made a lot of things. I'm terrible at this kind of thing. I just want to make what I want to make. Anyway, I just wanted to give you that update. So as of today, out of the, let me see, I think there are currently 50 items on this list with multiples of certain things. And as of today, I have 34 out of 50 done. But I promise you, I have made so many things. Well, you guys have seen. They're just not on this list. Like the aliens not on here. The axolotls are not on here. The particular turtle that I made is not on here, but I do still need to make another pumpkin pie turtle and a cherry pie turtle. And I also want to make a life-size sunflower turtle. I need to make a couple more Mabel chickens. Yeah, my gosh, I really haven't done anything on this list except the snake. Okay, bye. I gotta go to the doctor. Bye. Okay, guys, so I'm spending, today is Friday. It happens to be Veterans Day, and I happen to have the day off. So I'm trying to finish up all these pieces for Piplup. I'm really not looking forward to sewing them together because I read the assembly directions, and there's not a lot of great detail there. So I think it's going to be a challenge, but that's okay. So I made the cape back. I made the cape, one cape front piece, and then I saw that the yarn was not going to be enough to make the cape, the second cape front piece. You need two. So then I went ahead and made these two spikes. The only thing I had to make were these pieces, the cape, the two front pieces, and the two spikes. This right here is just the three things put together. Would you believe I ran out of yarn? So this, I told you guys I'm using this Loops and Threads acrylic. And I was just like, I seriously don't want to buy another one of these just to make that. So I knew I had some varsity blue or something in Big Twist, and I said maybe it's going to be close enough. So you guys tell me what you think. All right, so here's the Big Twist, and I honestly think it's almost perfect. It's just about a perfect match. It might be a perfect match. Now, Big Twist is softer, I think. So let's see how this goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another front piece. And then if it's very different from the other one, then I'll make another one and just do two front pieces of the Big Twist value. But thank God, because I really didn't want to buy a whole nother one of these just for that. Okay, I'll let you know how it goes. Bye. All right, guys, as you can see, the color match is pretty perfect. The issue is, as we thought, the Big Twist is actually thinner. And so it's held double just like the other one. But you can see this one, this is the Loops and Threads, it's much bigger. So what I'm going to do is make another Big Twist one, and I think we've saved this project. But the color match, though, is absolutely perfect. Okay, bye. Hey, friends. It's Kim the Crafty Nomad, and it's Friday, November 10th. And I'm going to a night market. It's funny, I have been recently thinking about how I really want to do a night market. I've seen a lot of market prep videos, and they just seem like a lot of fun. And they're usually kind of shorter. And then my bestie sent me a YouTube, she sent me on Instagram an account for one that is local. So we're going to go over there, enjoy it, check it out, and see if it's something that maybe we will do in the future. So I'll try to take you along. If I can take a few clips, I will, and they will come up in the next clip. It was a really nice market. They had a fantastic DJ. It was very small. It's not actually very expensive to be a part of this. And there were like only 2 food trucks, and it's in an area where it's like in the courtyard of a kind of a little specialty shopping area, but of course they were all closed, so they put this up. It was really nice. I'm voicing it over because the music was great, and I don't want to get copyrighted on that. So, but yeah, it was a really nice market. I'll tell you more about it in the next clip. But there was a crocheter there, and I will tell you my impressions of her. I'll even link her Instagram if I can find it. Hey guys, it's Kim Crafty. Bye. Hey guys. I would try to stop introducing myself in every clip. Anyway, I want to wrap up this weekly crafty vlog by showing you some of the things I just made over the last few days. So today is Sunday.
Friday was November 10th, and we had that day off for Veterans Day. And so I got to do a couple of different things. I think the only thing that I did, though, I don't know if I started this on Thursday night and just finished it on Friday. But I made another Fred the Frog. And you see, I did move his eyes a bit. I'm still not happy with those eyes, but, you know, I mean, he's cute. I'm just thinking that I really want a different placement for those eyes. But this is that Temu yarn that I have a few different skeins of. Perfect green for a frog. And I definitely put the butt cheeks onto this guy. Y'all see his butt cheeks. Anyway, I think I might have enough frogs at this point. Okay, so, but I still have green, so I think I'm going to do one more alligator. Maybe I'll do that today, but we'll see. I have so many things that I want to start. Then, I had some of that extra from, you know, Bernat Blanket Extra, and All From Jade has 2 free patterns on her Instagram account, which I will link down below. One is a mini octo and one is a mini whale. And I thought I had enough of this purple to get the mini. First I tried to do the mini octo, that did not work. Then I tried to do the mini whale, that still didn't work. So I've well, anyway, I was gonna say I gotta figure out what to do with this, but I actually bought another ball of this, so it'll probably go into a project with that ball. But anyway, so that didn't work. So, but I had some of that Bernat Blanket extra in the turquoise. I had previously made a gnome, and if you look right behind me, you can see the tip of the variegated one right there that I used in the gnome. So I still have a bunch of that, but I had enough of, what else did I make with that? Because it couldn't have just been the gnome. I had to have made something else. I have to figure that out. Anyway, I did All From Jade's free octo pattern on Insta. And this is what I ended up coming up with a bit of the extra. I still have some of this color left. Don't know what I'm going to do with these scraps. I'm trying not to have any, but I keep having them. So if you have any suggestions for this Bernat Blanket Extra, the scraps, comment down below. So I used some 15mm safety eyes, but this yarn is so thick they don't look that big. And then I just used some I think that black is paint box in that velvety that none of us like because it just disintegrates. But anyway, for little small things like this, it works. It works. You just have to be very, very careful. And I think it's not a yarny box, but somebody did a tips and tricks on how to use velvet yarn. Who was that? Craftsco Bloom, I think. I don't know. It was somebody's videos I watched this week, and they have a whole video on tips and tricks on how to use that yarn, that plush yarn that disintegrates. I have a couple of tips and tricks that I've figured out for myself, but I'm definitely going to watch that video to see if there's anything else. All right. So then, that was Friday. This was Saturday. And then we actually took our family photos this year, guys. I was tapping out on the holiday photo. And the girl our photographer that kind of has been taking our pictures for a long time, she had reached out back in October. And I was like, no, I don't think I could pull it off. Because I truly felt like with everything that was going on with my mom, all the travel back and forth, I felt like the year was over and it was just too late. But that was just the way I was framing it. So I really had just given up, because generally I would have tried to have them done like by the first weekend in November. So I was just like, it's not going to happen. We'll do it next year. So then Steve texted me one day last week and was like, okay, can you reach out and schedule the family photos? This, guys, is a little bit of a miracle, because usually I'm around here trying to, you know, herd cats and get everybody enthusiastic about taking these pictures. But this year, when I tapped out on it, my husband was like, no, let's do it. I want to do it. So, of course, we did it. And so that's what happened yesterday. I got back. I had a gathering to go to with one of my current colleagues at work, along with 2 people who no longer work with us. It was supposed to be like a few other people, but it ended up being the 4 of us at my friend's house, and we just had a really good time. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna be sitting around talking. I need to take some crochet with me and keep on working on some things, because I have news in a minute. I'll talk to you about that in a second. Hold on, I dropped one of my projects. So I thought I was going to work on Piplup while we were driving out to go and take the pictures. But I did work on, I probably actually worked on this in the car ride to where we went. It was about a 30-minute drive to the place where we're going to take these pictures, which I hope, honestly, that they turn out really nice. I'm trusting her, because the park itself where we went was some picturesque places, but it was also not so picturesque, and I'm hoping that it's gonna all be okay. But anyway, so I worked on this in the car, but Steve had a meeting, like a Zoom meeting. So by the time we were headed home, he needed me to drive so he can, you know, get on his Zoom meeting. So I drove. I didn't crochet on the way home. Then I got home. I was going to be at my friend's house at a certain time, and then she texted me and said, well, the other people are not coming until about 2 hours later, so don't rush. You can just come when they come. So I was like, cool. So I came home. I took off all what my mother calls all my drag that I put on for the pictures. And then I started laundry and ran out the door. And because I wanted to go to Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Walmart, possibly before I got to my friend's house. So I was like, all right, let me go do that. So anyway, I wanted to pick up, I have a bunch of these Bernat blanket extras that I've gotten over the last several months. But I only bought like one of each one, and you guys know, because you watched me make the axolotl, if I'm gonna make another one of those, you actually need 2 of one color. You just barely need a little bit of the other color, but you need it. So I was like, okay, I want to go get one more pink one, because I have one pink one, and that meant I could make a light pink axolotl. And so anyway, everything at Joann's was $7.99. Anyway, all the blanket yarn was $7.99 yesterday. So I got a few balls of extra. I'm not gonna even show you that right now. But I also picked up another ball of Bernat blanket. Now what I was thinking is that I need something to crochet on, and I wanted to work on some Mabel chickens. So this is what I got. I got this Bernat blanket in the colorway, what's the colorway, y'all? Woodland Variegated, because I thought, well, that'd be a cute chicken. And so I made this Mabel chicken. Now this is one of those patterns you can just be sitting and socializing and just crochet. And so because it's a super simple pattern, what I did was I made up everything. Like I made this, I finished up the bottom of this without putting all the rest of it together, pushed that aside, did another one, because I'm trying to use up that whole ball. So while we're sitting and chatting and laughing and having a great time, eating and having some food, some drinks, I made this. I made the bottom of this, and I made the bottom of another one, but it was much smaller. I used a smaller hook on the first one, and I was like, it's supposed to be like this, because when the girl shows it on the designer's page for the pattern, she's like holding the thing in her hands like this. So I'm like, why is mine so little? I was using a smaller hook. I used a bigger hook, and therefore I got this one. So this red here is the Juicy Couture. It might be too small, but I'm gonna go with it. Juicy Couture velour, Luxe velour yarn there for the red. And then, because this is probably one of my truest reds. I have that paint boxed up, but y'all know I don't even want to be bothered. But I came home, I added that. This is some, what is it? It is some Yarn Bee Cozy Occasion in the mustard colorway. I had some of this yarn, and I think I made chicken nuggets out of the one ball I still had left. But when I was at my friend's house, she pulled out a bag of yarn, and she had one ball, a brand new ball of this in there, and she gave it to me. And therefore, I used it for this and a few other things that I'm going to show you in a minute. So that is Mabel Chicken. The pattern is very popular. You guys have seen this. I first saw it from Cameron's Cute Creations and absolutely loved what she had done. And so this will be my probably 6th or 7th one. I plan to have about 6 of these at my vendor events. And I said events because I have nudes. But this is number 5 out of blanket yarn. I do have a smaller one that I made for the Seasonal Yarny YouTube Hop Fall Edition. Winter is coming. I do have that smaller one, but out of the blanket yarns, I have, this is number 5. So I want to make one more out of blanket yarn. And I had made one more, but I did not like it because it was too small. So I pulled it out, and I remembered that I had seen from, her name is Melly. Melly Makes Yarn, or Melly. Anyway, I'll link her channel down below. And she had done this chicken by, I think it's Crafty Nomad. And this is a free tutorial on YouTube, and I will go ahead and link that down below. And this is how the chicken came out. Oh my goodness. I gotta be honest, I think I like this one way better than I like the Mabel Chicken. And I like the Mabel Chicken, but I love this one. Look at how cute. So you can see it's the same yarns, again with the Juicy Couture yarn for the comb, and then these mustardy color for the beak and the little chicken feet is that Yarn Bee Cozy Occasion in the colorway mustard. So I got that one done. Now, I used a number 9 because that's what I had sitting next to me. I didn't feel like going looking for the 8. Because in the tutorial, she said she uses the whatever hook the yarn called for. And for this one, it's this Bernat blanket, number 6, super bulky. It actually is calling for a, it called for a L. I wasn't going to use an L. Which would have been a 8mm hook. So I could have used it, but I had the 9mm hook sitting right next to me, so that's what I used, and this is how it turned out. Well, of course, I still have tons of the blanket left. I love the size of this one. Actually, it's substantial. Y'all know I like substantial amigurumis. I don't like little tiny ones. So I love how this chicken came out. Just 15mm safety eyes that I got from Hobby Lobby as well, because I didn't bring anything with me. And I was like, I really want to make something. So I bought some safety eyes while I was there. Hobby Lobby must be one of the only, because I have never been able to find safety eyes in Joann's. For sure not Michael's. Hobby Lobby has a limited selection, so you end up buying them online. But FYI, I just wanted to let you know. I'm sorry, I just had a text and it got totally distracted me. Anyway, I just said wanted to let you know because that's what the text said. Anyway. So anyway, here you go. Love how this came out. Love how this came out. Yeah, Michael's, Joann's, no safety eyes. They have googly eyes and everything else. But the ones I've been to, even in Chicago, in Joann's, in Chicago, no safety eyes. Anyway, maybe Michael's has some, but I haven't looked for any there. But anyway, I usually get mine online. Y'all know that, from Temu and AliExpress and Amazon. All right, so that's that for that. So then I was like, let me make one more of this little chicken. And Crafts Go Bloom is actually going to do an entire series of little birds. I hope she gets the cardinal out before Christmas, because I would love to do the cardinal and have it on at my vendor events. Anyway, on this one, what I did differently, I used everything is exactly the same. Same yarn, same everything. Same hooks. The difference in the size came from the way I did the crochet technique that I used. This one I just did your normal yarn over, and this one I'm not gonna call this a yarn under. It's kind of like a modified yarn under. It's kind of just the way I have done it. It's not really a yarn under, I don't think, but it made it tighter and it made it smaller, and I like both. I kind of like the size of this one better, so we'll see what I do in the future. I'm gonna make at least one more of these, maybe two, in another color. I still got a lot of this yarn left, but I got plans for it. I got a pattern to do with it. Anyway, moving on. Those are the things. Oh, so because my friend gave me that Cozy Occasion yarn in mustard, and I had previously made chicken nuggets from it, we had to talk about these chicken nuggets at work, and my two of my colleagues were like, please make the dino chicken nuggets. And I was like, I do not want to make the dino chicken nuggets. I don't like them. Y'all know how I am. I want to make what I want to make. If I don't like the pattern, I don't really want to make it. I don't care who's asking in general. But she had me over. She fed me. She's a wonderful support at work. And I said, the least I can do is make this girl a chicken nugget. I will link the pattern down below, but literally, let me just show you. It's a spiked tail dino chicken nugget that I made. When I say that these take an hour and 10 minutes for me, and I'm slow, so some of you all who are faster, y'all will get this done way quicker. It's a wonderful tutorial. The other thing is that I always say I prefer written patterns, and I do, but there are some people who are really great teachers, and they do really good with their tutorials, and I can follow them and not get too frustrated. I can pause, do the part, come back, not write it down. Crafts Go Bloom, highly recommend her tutorials. Oh, it was the person who had, just remembered, the person who has the video on tips and tricks for using the velvety plushy yarns is Mary Makes. It's her channel. She's so inspiring. Anyway, an hour and 10 minutes, y'all. When I say this took me forever, I had to make 3 pieces, because this is one of those ones where you make, it's a paid-for pattern on Etsy. I'll link it down below. But it's one of those patterns where you have to make 2 pieces and then sew them together and stuff them. And I made 2 pieces and they didn't match, so I had to make a 3rd piece. And I had to pay attention. I literally had to mark off the lines on the pattern, and that's how I got the spiked tail chicken nugget. You could put an eye on it, but my friend at work said she didn't want any eyes, so I'm gonna gift this to her tomorrow as a thank you for having me over. So I got that done. So those are all the things I think that I need to show you that have been finished this week. All right, so let me show you a couple of acquisitions. When I went to that night market, let me tell you about it. I showed you a clip. It was wonderful. Like I told you, it's a crocheter who was there. And hold on, I'm going to get her card because I really want to tell y'all who she is. Hold on. Okay, so I found it. Okay, the crafter who was at that night market, her name is at mulberry.crochet.creations on Instagram, and I will link her channel down below. And yeah, so this is her card. Okay, so I mean, one of the reasons why I went to the market is because I really did want to check out and see if it was something that I would like to do. And when I saw her there, I was like, oh, wow. I mean, she had a table. She didn't have, like, she had ornaments. She had some plushies. She had crochet flowers. What else did she have? She had a variety of things. And I recognized a lot of the things. I recognized the patterns. And I was talking about it with my bestie, and she was like, she finally asked me, are you a crochet? And I was like, yeah. And we started talking about her partner who was with her. I don't know if it was her boyfriend or her husband, but I like showed her the leggy froggies. She had leggy froggies, and we started talking about them. And she was like, yeah, he doesn't really like the leggy froggies. And he was like, yeah, they're not really nearly as cute as some of the other things, everything else that she makes. And so I was like, I don't like the leggy froggies either. But then I told her about Joe's Web. I said, you should check her out. She has a leggy froggy that I think you might like better, because I certainly do. And then also, I didn't tell her about this, but Fred the Frog is also a leggy froggy, and I like him way better than the actual pattern that I think the pattern is from Not Jaded Co. Again, I had to figure out how to love that pattern, and when I make it smaller and make it like into backpack buddies or keychains, then I like it. I just didn't like the bigger one. Anyway, so I told her about that, and I was gonna walk away, but you know, I know how hard these things are, and I know how much courage you have to put your things out there and risk whether or not people are gonna like what you make. And so I decided that I was gonna support her, even though I can make this stuff myself. I bought her plushie, and I don't know what she be stuffing with, but her job is stuffed very solidly, and I really like that. But look at how good, like I told y'all, I am not good at these here bobble things, although I'm about to make another project. The Lord be with me. So I'm not Catholic. I just went to Catholic school. Anyway, I'm gonna try another bobble pattern, and maybe I will just, I think what I might do is just add an additional double crochet when I do them, to see if maybe mine will be more prominent. But the more I think about it though, I think it's the yarn. I think that yarn I was using is just too soft. So if I use that yarn, like the one on the cow, if I use that yarn in the future, again, for like a bobbly thing, I think I'm going to do more double crochets into the bobble to make it more prominent. But anyway, look at how good she is at faces. She's so good at faces. Her stitches are fantastic. Look at these stitches. Anyway, I wanted to support her, so I bought this guy. So that was fun. And then, yeah. So I neglected to show you the progress on Piplup. Okay, so for Piplup, you guys saw some things so far earlier in this, but I think, yeah, let me show you what else I have gotten done. Let me remind you what Piplup is going to look like. That is what Piplup is going to look like. And I'm using, for the most part, other than that little bit of big twist, I am using Loops and Threads acrylic, this newer acrylic that they now have. So here's the body for Piplup. And I'm just keeping them in this big old Michael's bag that the yarn was in, because, yeah, it's going to be big. This is Piplup's head and beak. I still have to do the eye sockets for Piplup. Then I did the 2 legs for Piplup that you guys haven't seen. And I have done, what else did I do? He's coming along though, really. I just have to do the 2 arms, I think. And then we can start on Piplup together. But anyway, here's the 2 feet on Piplup. So that's it. That's the progress on Piplup, and that is it, and that is all for now. Now, let me show y'all. something else I got from Hobby Lobby because it is so cute. They had all their Christmas decor 50% off. So these were $10 each because they were normally $19.99, so they were $9.99. Would y'all look at Santa and Mrs. Claus? Hold on one second. Let me reorient the camera so y'all can really see them. Hold on. Santa and Mrs. Claus. I saw these and I was like, they have to come home. And I'm actually not going to do very much decorating here, but I'm going to take these and have them decorate my desk and my cubicle for the holidays at work. All right, so there you go. There you go. That's all I wanted to show you guys for the wrap up of this video. Thanks for joining me. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share. Comment down below. Let me know what you've been working on. And oh, the news is that I signed up for another market. So this is going to be a smaller one. I have a friend who owns a coffee shop and she's doing small business Saturday event. That's Saturday after Black Friday, which is after Thanksgiving. And I am going to have a table in her coffee shop. And so I have 2 markets now that I am prepping for. So anyway, that'll be fun. I hope it all goes well. I'm just gonna put myself out there. And yeah, so that's very, very exciting. Little bit of pressure, but very exciting. Anyway, that's it. That's all. I'll see you guys in the next video. This one is kind of longer than I expected it to be, but if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Even if you didn't make it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you for all of the likes, all of the comments, and all of the shares, and all of the subscriptions. I really appreciate all of it. You guys could be watching and doing anything else with your time, and the fact that you choose to spend some of it here with me on this channel warms my heart. So thank you very much. Have a good day. Until we meet again, keep it crafty. Bye.